Do you want to know how women fall in love? Well, guess what? To most men, it's a mystery. In fact, most guys never figure it out and they suffer for it all their lives. Yes, I'll admit this because it's true. It is a mystery how women fall in love, and yet mysteries can be solved. And if you don't solve this mystery, then it's a confusing, frustrating, unhappy love life ahead of you. Here's the truth. Women fall in love through a process. To be specific, they feel interested, then comfortable, then attracted, then addicted. And as with any process, the first step, interest, is the most important one of all. If you can't capture a woman's interest, then making her fall in love becomes 100 times harder. So let's master step number 1 of the falling in love process, sparking interest, first of all. As with most things in life, knowledge is power. And the first thing to know about sparking interest is this. Women can only feel one of two emotions when they meet you for the first time. And this is crucial because first impressions do tend to last. So you should trigger the right emotion, not the wrong one. So what are these two emotions? I'll tell you in just a moment. Before we continue, do take a quick moment to click the like button below. After you like this video, I'll show you the only two emotions a woman can feel when they first see or meet you. You'll quickly see why it's not about what you do that's important, it's how you make her feel. Are you ready? Then click like right now and you'll learn about these two emotions. Go ahead and do it now. Click like because I'll wait here. Done? Awesome. Let's continue, okay? So here are the only two emotions a woman can feel for you at first sight. When a woman meets you for the first time, they either feel interested or uninterested in you. That's it. Simple, right? Of course, that can change. A woman might feel uninterested in you at first, but grow more interested after a few moments. Likewise, a woman might feel interested in you in the beginning, and then lose interest soon after. And yet you'll have to understand one thing. First impressions tend to last. So if you want to give a woman her best chances of falling in love with you, make no mistake, you must spark that all-important feeling of interest right away. Without the spark, then in most cases, the friend zone is the most you could hope for with her. Now, you might be thinking, but Fredo, that sounds oversimplified. Do women really feel only one or two emotions at first sight? Isn't it more like a range of emotions, or a spectrum, or something like that? Hey, I hear you. I used to think that too. I didn't like the idea of oversimplifying women, and yet that's precisely what women do, as my mentor Derek Rake taught me. Derek is a San Diego-based attraction coach, and I was one of his students. He teaches men how to succeed in the dating game by understanding women's psychology. Unlike most coaches, he dislikes cheap pickup tricks with a passion. And yet one of his most important lessons happens to be the first sight phenomenon. He explains that these days, women tend to be bombarded with too much stimuli and information. This includes all the men who approach and meet them, and there are a lot. Naturally, if they don't make quick conclusions, they'll eventually get overwhelmed. And so when it comes to the men they meet, they quickly slot them into one of two categories. Either a guy is someone they're interested in knowing better and maybe get into a relationship later, or he's someone they're not interested in and would just be friends with at best. That way, they can move on with their lives with minimal stress and worry. Makes sense, right? Wouldn't your love life be so much better if women automatically felt interested in you at first sight? You bet, and that's what you'll learn to do in this video. I'm about to teach you a technique called the interest igniter, and it's the fastest, easiest way to spark the feeling of interest in any woman, even if she's never met you before. Before I show you how it works, do take a moment to click the subscribe button below. If you've learned something new in this video so far, then subscribe to my channel for more good stuff. After you do, you'll learn even more eye-opening stuff from me, starting with the interest igniter. So go ahead, click that subscribe button now and I will share with you the interest igniter technique. Click subscribe now. Have you subscribed? Great, let's continue. So here's how the interest igniter works. When most guys approach and meet women, they tend to use a direct statement or question. For instance, they might say to her, "Hi, you're cute. What's your name?" Or, "Hey, I just saw you back there and I thought you looked stunning. I'm so-and-so. What's your name?" Or they were, say, at a bus stop. They might say, "Hi, what time's the next bus coming in?" in an attempt to start a conversation. You get the idea. Sounds harmless, right? And you know what? These statements and questions are actually bad for making first impressions. It's true. Why? Remember, women can only feel either interested or uninterested in you at first. What do you think a woman would feel if a stranger came up to her and said, "Hi, you're cute. What's your name?" Interested? Definitely not. In fact, she'd be more than uninterested. She'd be tense, defensive, and skeptical. Not exactly the best start to making her fall in love, right? And that's why you should use the interest igniter technique instead. It involves just a slight adjustment to your opening statement. For instance, instead of saying, "Hi, you're cute. What's your name?" your opening statement goes like this. First, you say, "Hi, excuse me, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but..." Then she replies, "Yes," or And then you say, "You're cute. What's your name?" See the difference? You gave her a little moment in the middle of your statement to give a reply. Just one little moment. And yet, it's enough to make her feel that little spark of interest in you. It makes her think, "I replied to him, which means I'm interested in him or what he has to say." And so she immediately switches to an interested state, and she's much more likely to give you her name. She'll say, "Thanks, I'm Sarah. You are?" That's the power of the interest igniter. Let's take the second example. First, you say, "Hey, I just saw you back there, and I wanted to tell you something important." Then she replies, "Yes?" or "What is it?" And then you say, "You look stunning. I'm so-and-so. What's your name?" Got it yet? Now the third example, at the bus stop. First you say, "Hi, got a minute? I just wanted to know something." Then she replies, "Sure, what is it?" And then you say, "What time's the next bus coming in?" That's the interest igniter, and it's your first step to making women fall in love with you. Now, here's the challenge. If there's a first step in a process, that means there's also a second step, and a third, and a fourth, and so on, until you achieve your ultimate goal. And so after you ignite her interest, what's next? Two things. First, you need to keep her interest, and even increase it as your interaction goes forward. And secondly, you need a failsafe, a go-to technique to use in case your interest igniter fails. And luckily for you, there's one technique that can do both of those things. It's called fractionation. It can keep a woman interested and make her even more interested with time. It can even regain her interest if you lose it by accident. And best of all, it's a conversation technique, meaning anyone can master it. And you can do so today if you're ready for it. In just a moment, a link will pop up inside this video. That link will take you to a special online masterclass on mind control. In it, my mentor Derek Rake will teach you all about fractionation. You'll learn what it is, how it works, and, of course, how to start using it on women today. Fractionation could very well be the only technique you'll ever need to make women fall in love. Believe me, because this is true. Sounds good? So do it now. Click on the link and join Derek's online masterclass now.